Welcome back, students. Today let us continue with the unit 1 topic. Earlier we discussed on the discrete memoryless channels. Now we will discuss on the binary symmetric channel. Before discussing on the binary symmetric channel, we will see few types of channels and their characteristics. How the channel matrix is. So today's topic is binary symmetric channel. We'll see the types of channels. So basically, the channels are characterized into four: lossless channel, deterministic channel, noiseless channel, binary symmetric channel, apart from the one which we have already seen, that is your discrete channel and the continuous channel. So we'll see one by one in detail. First, we'll see what is a lossless channel. So first we will see what is a lossless channel. A channel described by the channel matrix with only one non-zero element in each column is called as a lossless channel. So before seeing how the channel matrix is constructed, we'll see how these channels are formed. So here there are three elements, input elements x1, x2 and x3. Three input variables are there and four output variables y1, y2, y3 and y4. So I can see that x1 is going to get delivered to y1. So the probability of x1 being transmitted and delivered to y1 is 3/4, whereas the probability of x1 being delivered to y2 is 1/4. Here, probability that x2 is going to get delivered to y3 is 2/3, and the probability of x3 getting delivered to y4 is 1. So here you can say that this is your x1, x2 and x3 component element which forms the rows, and y1, y2, y3 and y4 which forms the columns. So here this x1 being delivered, y1 being received, it's 3/4. So this is x1, y1 is 3/4 and x1, y2 is 1/4. And since x1 being transmitted, y3 and y4 are not going to get received. So these elements are declared as 0 and 0. Similarly, x2, which is not connected to y1 and y2, which means it is not going to get delivered to y1 and y2, the probability is 0, 0, whereas x2 being transmitted, y3 going to get received is 2/3, and x2 transmitted, y4 received is going to be 0. Similarly, x3, this is not going to get received by y1, y2 and y3 components. So all these three elements are 0 and x3 is equal to y4. So it is going to have a probability of 1. So it is 1. So this is how you are going to form the channel matrix. So once a channel matrix is formed, if you look into the columns, if the column elements are going to be, there is only one non-zero element in each and every column, then such a channel is called as a lossless channel. You are not going to see into the row. Even in this row you can see there are more than one element. Here this is one element and this is one element. You are not going to bother about the row elements. We are most bothered about the column elements, where the column elements are going to have only one non-zero element. Next, coming to the deterministic channel. Here, the channel is described by a channel matrix with only one non-zero element in each row. Then it is called as a deterministic channel. You can see that the channel matrix is formed and in each and every row there is only one element present. So that too the probability is here is taken as 1. So x1 is connected to y1, that is x1 transmitted, y1 receiving, the probability is 1. x2 transmitted, y1 receiving, the probability is so you can observe that in a deterministic channel each and every row is going to have a non-zero element, but in case of your lossless channel each and every column is going to have a non-zero element. Move on to the there is a noiseless channel. A channel is called as noiseless if it is both lossless and deterministic. That is, for lossless channel m is equal to n. You can say that it is going to be similar to your identity matrix. So you are going to have all the diagonal elements to be 1, 1, 1. That is, each and every element being transmitted is received by the corresponding output. So x1 being transmitted, y1 received, x2 transmitted, y2 received, and x3 transmitted, y3 received. What is a binary symmetric channel? So the binary symmetric channel in short is BSC. So the binary, it has got two values. Binary is represented as 0 and 1. So the symmetric means the same portion on either side. That is, input is going to be having two values of binary values 0 or 1. Similarly, the output is also going to be having the same two values 0 or 1. So a symmetric channel with two inputs and two outputs is called as binary symmetric channel. So binary symmetric channel has got two inputs, that is x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1, and it has got two outputs, that is y is equal to 0 and y2 is equal to 1. So this channel is symmetric because the probability of receiving a 1 if a 0 is sent is same as that of the probability of receiving a 0 if 1 is sent. So this can be pictorially represented in this way. You are going to have two input variables x1 and x2. The inputs are 0, either 0 or 1. The output is y1 and y2. If 0 transmitted and 0 is received, the probability is 1 minus p, or 0 transmitted, 1 received, the probability is taken as p. Similarly, 1 transmitted, 0 received, the probability is p, and 1 transmitted, 1 being received, probability is 1 minus p. So this is how you are going to represent the symmetric channel pictorially. You can see it is symmetric on either side, 0, 0, 1 and 1. That is just a mirror image or reflection of the input and the output. So this is going to be represented as a channel matrix where probability of y being received, x transmitted is x1, y1, the component is 1 minus p, x1 transmitted, y2 received, the probability is p. Similarly, this is your x2. x2 being transmitted, y1 is received, that is 1 is transmitted, you are going to receive it as an error 0, then the probability is p, and x2 transmitted, y2 received, that is 1 transmitted, 1 is received, the probability is 1 minus p. So this is how the binary symmetric channel matrix is going to be formed. For example, as I said, both the input variables are going to have the same probability, that is x1 and x2 is going to have equiprobable, that is 0.5, 0.5 each. Then the channel matrix is 0.5 in 0.5, that is your input source matrix multiplied with the channel matrix. Channel matrix is 1 minus p, 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 1 minus p. So when you multiply these two matrix, then it results with a 0.5 and 0.5. So this says that output cannot be differentiated as both are same probability. So this is a problem in case of your binary symmetric channel. So to overcome this problem, we are going to have, so we have to make this to be independent, and we have to go through two random variables of different probabilities. So for example, we are going to calculate the joint entropy of two discrete random variables x and y, and is merely the entropy of their pairing x comma y. This implies that if x and y are independent, then their joint entropy is the sum of their individual entropies. So you can see this. Now it is taken as x1 being y1 received is 0.9, x1 transmitted, y2 received is 0.1, x2 transmitted, y1 received is 0.8, and x2 transmitted, y2 received is 0.2. So you can see that this is going to be your input source probability values, and this is your channel probability. Multiply these two matrix, so your resultant is 0.55 and 0.45. So joint probability of this y1 and y2 is You can find the diagonal matrix Px of D. This was already discussed in the previous session while we were discussing on discrete memoryless channel, how to form the probability of P of x, that is a source channel diagonally, that is x1 being transmitted, y1 y2 is not going to receive, so make it as 0. x2 being transmitted, y1 is not going to receive, so it is 0. y2 is going to get received, so it is 0.5. This you have to multiply with your channel, so this is going to be the resultant probability, joint probability of y1 and y2. So this is going to be x1 y1, this is x1 y2 component joint probability, and this is x2 y1 probability, and this is going to be your x2 y2 probability. Coming to calculating the mutual information. Mutual information measures the amount of information that can be obtained about one random variable by observing the another. So why we calculate this is, it is an important factor to know the maximum amount of information which can be shared between the sender and the receiver. So this mutual information is denoted by I of x comma y of the channel, and which is given as entropy h of x minus h of x by y. Since h of x represents the uncertainty about the channel input before the channel output is observed, and h of x by y represents the uncertainty about the channel input after the channel output is observed, the mutual information I of x comma y represents the uncertainty about the channel input that is resolved by observing the channel outputs. So here we are going to see the properties and the way how to calculate the entropy and then some of the definitions. So h of x is the average uncertainty of the channel input, and h of y is the average uncertainty of the channel output. The conditional entropy, that is h of x by y, is a measure of an average uncertainty remaining about the channel input after the channel output has been observed. And h of x by y is also called as equivocation of x with respect to y. The conditional entropy h of y by x is the average uncertainty of the channel output given that x was transmitted. The joint entropy h of x comma y is the average uncertainty of the communication channel as a whole. So few useful relationship among the above various entropies are given below. So you can see the entropies. Joint entropy x comma y is equal to the conditional entropy, average uncertainty remaining between x and y plus h of y, or it can be y over x plus h of x, or it is the individual entropy sum. So it can be h of x comma y is h of x plus h of y. And the conditional probability of this is, once again you can rearrange this equation, that is h of x by y is h of x comma y minus h of y. So here these two x and y are random variables, are statistically independent to each other. So these entropy calculations we are going to see in the next two lectures, where we are going to solve some problems where we have to need the calculation of the entropy to be done. We have to calculate the efficiency of the channel, to find the redundancy of the channel, and of course the channel matrix we have to find. So for those things we are going to make use of these entropy relations. So kindly by heart all these relations.